Hello YouTube, this is Transient Stecker. So I have a question for all of you today. What have you learned from 2020? Have you learned anything? Because apparently a lot of people haven't learned anything from 2020. A lot of people selling off their gold and silver. A lot of people thinking that the vaccine's going to come out and everything's going to go back to normal. And really, I hope it does. I really hope it does. But there's something that you should have learned from this year, this crappy year. And, I thought I was going to make it through unscathed. I've been working the whole time. I've been, a essential worker. I haul food, so I've been working nonstop. Didn't really affect me as much as it did other people, but towards the end here, I've been hit with it. It's a lot of bad crap just been happening all at once. I'm telling you what, this is just a crappy year. My mom's in the hospital right now. She's probably undergoing a risky operation at this moment. Hopefully everything's okay. But anyways, the lesson you all should have learned from this year is bad things happen. Bad things happen to individuals, bad things happen to countries, and to the whole planet. And, pandemics, before this, we thought, most of us thought, including myself, that this was something that only happens in movies. Scientists have gotten to the point where they could stop it. Now I know that that's not the case. So, this really should have been a wake-up call to all of us that bad things happen, And as I've said before, 2020 is the poster child to why you should own gold and silver. I have a story to tell. It involves a friend of mine. It's a true story. And you may not think this could happen to you or it could happen to your country. But, look at what happened earlier this year. We had riots here in the States. A lot of people were thinking that there's going to be a civil war. Who knows, it might still happen, but hopefully it won't. But anyways, I have a friend who is Iranian. And he has a brother that's about 10 years older than him. And they were in Iran during the revolution. And here's a little story from that period of time. This is not the story I want to tell, but this is a side story. One day, my friend's brother, he's a teenager at the time. He's walking to school. He's running late. Sees a girl, asks her what time it is. She tells him the time, and he goes on his way. Now, nothing out of the ordinary, right? Well, in most countries, yes, but this is Iran after the Islamic Revolution. Some soldiers see him say something to the girl. They come over and they put guns to his head. And they start screaming at him. What did you say to her? What did you say to her? Now, he's a teenager, so he stands up to him and says, I just asked her what time it was. So, you could see what kind of place this was and why his parents decided they wanted to leave. Only thing was, for those who don't know history, there was this guy, a neighboring country, named Saddam Hussein. Saddam Hussein was the ruler of Iraq. For those of you who've been living under a rock, and he decided to invade Iran, thinking it'd be an easy victory, but it wasn't. It was a long, brutal war, and because my friend's brother was a teenager and of military age, he was not allowed to leave. His parents and his younger brother were allowed to leave, but he was not allowed to leave. So his parents paid some smugglers to smuggle him out of the country. And you know, I had known that his brother had been living in Sweden for a while, and I didn't know why. But one day I was hanging out with his brother, and he told me the story. So, as I said, his parents paid to have him smuggled out of the country on horseback. Now, these smugglers gave him a fake passport, but they told him, don't show the border patrol, the border police, the passport, because it wouldn't pass, the inspection of someone who knew passports, right? Maybe in an emergency situation, it might fool a cop, but it wouldn't fool like a border agent. And at this time, there was a country, it no longer exists, called East Germany. He was traveling to Sweden through East Germany, and the border guard asked for his passport, and he made the mistake of showing him the passport, even though the smugglers had said, don't show him the passport. And the border agent, whatever they called him in East Germany, knew it was fake. So my friend said to him, please. He said, please. And the East Germans were pretty ruthless. They put a wall around the country to prevent people from escaping, and shot anybody trying to escape. So, there are a lot of border agents, border security, whatever, that were very nice. But this guy, apparently, he did have a heart. What he said to my friend's brother was 5 Deutschmarks. So he paid him the 5 Deutschmarks, and he was able to travel to Sweden, where he lived as a refugee before finally rejoining his family in America. So, what if he didn't have 5 Deutschmarks? What if he had one of these? Would it have worked? I think it would have, probably. My point is that you never know what's going to happen. You never know what bad stuff is around the corner. Hopefully, it's all good, but you should learn a lesson from this year of 2020. Don't sell your gold and silver. Keep it, because I have a feeling that this pandemic has started some other bad stuff rolling. Hopefully I'm wrong, but things going back to normal would be great. But don't forget the lesson of 2020. Pandemics don't just happen in movies, and other stuff, revolutions. You may think it won't happen in your country, but I'm sure my friend's family didn't think it would happen in their country either, in Iran, but it did. And just remember the lessons of 2020. Well, thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.
Some others I've seen might never be me, might never be crossed or try to be boss, but they wouldn't do. Or nobody else gave me a thrill, honey, with all your faults. I love you, still have to be you. Wonderful, you had to be you. 'Cause my hair is curly, 'cause my teeth are pearly.
Waiting. I'll never get out of here. I'm dying, Casablanca.
But can't you make it just a little more, please?
Sorry, madam, but diamonds are a drug on the market. Everybody sells diamonds. There are diamonds everywhere. 2 tar 400.
All right.
The trucks are ready. The men are waiting. Everything is...
gar nicht. Wir sollten eine viel stärkere Hand haben hier in Casablanca.
It's the fishing smack Santiago. It leaves at 1 tomorrow night, here from the end of La Medina, the third boat.
Thank you, thank you.
And bring the 15,000 francs in cash. Remember, in cash.
唔使晒，我哋樣樣易備晒啦嘛，樣樣整好晒啦。
На здоровье. Всегда так.
Cheerio.
Cheerio.